One of the most epic and brilliant anime we have seen in recent years is back, but is Vinland Saga's second season going to completely tank this season? This show came with mega anticipation and mega hype. The show is absolutely amazing. This is actually one that I'd slept on for a while, but I watched it recently just last year and it completely blew my mind. So when I saw that season 2 was coming out this soon, believe me, I was super hyped. However, I did see that some fans were dubbing this as Farmland Saga, as we are entering a slave arc. However, I have no knowledge of future events. I'm anime only on this, and I am more than ready to make my mind up on it, as this series has been nothing short of freaking brilliant so far. Now, one of the first things on my mind was, how are the visuals going to look? Vinland Saga in its first season was just absolutely stunning in all of its aspects. You know, its battle scenes, its scenery, character expressions, and so on. We are shifting from Wit Studio over to Mappa. However, it is the same team working on it, and I've got to say, oh my freaking god, what an absolutely beautiful series this is animation wise. It's just like, I think the word is, in pretty much every scene, I just felt like, you know, my breath was taken away. You know, it was just so beautiful. So very, very happy. That was one of the core aspects of Vinland Saga for me, was its visuals, and they have definitely nailed that here. So we got the intro or OP straight out of the bat there, and I've got to say, definitely different from what we're used to. The song choice was chilling and haunting, but it was accompanied with very intriguing visuals for what's to come. It's clear that time has obviously passed between season 1 and season 2. I'm not sure how much exactly, but like, one of the things that just completely threw me off, man, was like Canute with the beard. I was like, bro, when did you become so damn masculine? Love it. Great addition to his visuals. Then straight out of the bat, we got this absolutely epic intro sequence with this Norse poem spoken in, I believe, which was Norse there, and it just absolutely hit home. You know, it sets up a mood showcasing what I think the theme of Vinland Saga is. The visuals that went with it as well was just a further nod to well done Mappa. Absolutely loved that, but ooh, thrilling, haunting, loved that. Now, this first episode certainly lacked in action, but it did what Vinland Saga does best. It tells a story. We were introduced to a new character called Einar. This is a guy who wants to be a warrior, but he's not really cut out for it by the seams of things. He's built like a freaking machine. He's hench, he's huge, but when it comes to the, you know, the technique and whatnot, he's just obviously not there. The guy is a farmer. It seems like he dreams big. He knows what he wants to do, but he just can't get there. Whether we're going to see him evolve into this warrior type character over the course of this season, I'd love to see that. Thoroughly love to see that. But straight off, first impression, loved it. We were also introduced to both his mum and sister, and this is where Vinland Saga does really well for me. And I felt this so much in its first season, but it makes me feel so uneased. Every time I'm watching things, even in the happy moments like that, I'm just sat there just like, something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go bad. I can just smell danger, you know? And you know what? I wasn't wrong. Like, obviously, like, we went from that nice kind of like bright, sat on the bench, you know, having lunch thing, to like complete burning village mayhem. Like, at first I was like, is this a flashback? But then we see the characters there and I was just like, okay, yeah, right. Yeah. My feeling of unease was corrected there in that one moment. And it's just so terrifying. We'd only known these characters for a little bit of time, but I just felt like scared for them so bad. Of course, the mother ends up getting shot by the arrow there. I expected that she was going to go, but the sister dying as well, I did not see that. I thought we were going to follow the story of both brother and sister, and I thought maybe the sister's going to become like the better warrior out of the two of them or something, but no, I was surprised that she went. And I've got to say, sounds bad, but I'm kind of happy that she did die. You know, like back then in these raids and whatnot, I think if they were taking captive, the mother and the daughter, I think they would have wished for death. You know, I think the way they would have been treated, they would have been, you know, I can't say the words, but their life would have just been absolute torment. So I felt like death was the best case for them, but at the same time, I would have definitely just wanted them to survive. Going back to that uneased feeling again, the whole thing when the mother went down and they were kind of like shouting, like, I guess, which is a natural reaction to seeing your mother die. I was just like, guys, just run. Why are you shouting? You'll alert them. They'll come to you. Please don't. Oh, it's just, man, well done. So this was a massive start in setting up Einar's character progression. You know, we saw the boat scene there, what his life's become, all these other slaves, and that sick girl who they were like, yep, she's gonna go. Just toss her overboard. We just saw this absolute raw emotion in him. And I love that about Vinland Saga. It's honestly one of the most real anime out there that just deals with these emotions in, again, the most realistic way. Of course, we follow Einar into slavery and his pure determination to live. You know, it was his mother's wish for him to live. And though he's lost everything, he's into slavery, he tried running away, he got his ass kicked so bad. And then that wasn't the end of it. They made an example of him in front of the others. They continued to like torture him as you shouldn't have done that. But he's still, I must live. Like, it was just, the word for it is powerful. Of course, we saw Leif, or Rifu, I'm not sure how his name or what his name is, the old guy, you know, the one that spent all of the show looking for Thorfinn. He turns up and he first mentions Thorfinn's name, and I was like, oh, there it is, the name. It was a really touching moment between him and Einar as well. You know, he's like, you're not the one I'm looking for, but good luck. The way he touched his arm, beautiful. But, you know, Einar's kind of thoughts on that, you know, having relatives look for you, that's one lucky man, you know, and he is a lucky man for sure. Einar is eventually taken in by a master, and this master looks like a really nice guy, to be fair. I think he definitely, you know, got the jackpot on the, like, I'm sure his master could have been a lot worse. Obviously, he's been, you know, taken to his new life. Now he knows that he is, you know, carrying out his mother's wish of living. However, it is serving a master and whatnot, but it was just the way that he was looking out into that field and he was getting those flashbacks. It was both very beautiful and very tragic at the same time. And it's in just this one episode, they've set his character up as someone I'm very excited to follow going forward. Then, of course, we have Thorfinn's reveal right at the end of the episode, which was that was really hype. I didn't think I was going to be as excited about that as I was, but then, you know, when we start seeing him come out of the forest, it was just like, oh my god, here he is. I can't wait to see what he looks like. I think obviously we got glimpses of him in the intro, but my mind was like completely taken away from that because of the episode's emotion, so to speak. So we see him, he looks like a guy that's almost given up. You know, his eyes are still as cold as ever, so you can kind of never really tell what he is thinking. Obviously, we know his thirst for revenge left him confused about his own path and, you know, was it right, was it wrong, whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see more about that moving forward and to see what his situation is. But I'm also very excited to see how him and Einar are going to interact together. You know, like, is he going to train him to be the warrior? Are they going to try to escape this farm? I'm not sure, but I'm excited to see how that's going to go, because I'm sure that's what they're setting up here, that these two are going to have some form of connection, be it good or bad, but I'm sure it's going to be a good one. So I imagine there won't be a lot of action in this season, or the first half of the season at least, but I think it's going to be, you know, Vinland Saga at its best. You know, storytelling, you know, building up, leading to future events, you know, getting that big payoff. We're all about building the connections. Vinland Saga is fantastic at telling the realism of life back in those times, building characters who are complex and just so juicy. I think we're going to get that. It's going to be more the storytelling side rather than the action side, but I believe when we do get those action scenes and when they do come, let's go. Now, because of that, I do think people are going to hate on that. Naturally, a lot of people are here for action, fast pace. I think this is going to be a slower season, you know, where we're honing it in on the emotional states of these characters rather than their abilities on the battlefield and whatnot. But I also think there's going to be a lot of people who appreciate this side of the series. And man, oh man, I'm here for it. So that's it for today's video. Have you checked out season 2 of Vinland Saga yet? What did you think of it? Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hit the like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and smash that subscribe button for more content just like this. And while you wait for the next video to drop, why not check out this video where I talk about all the other shows that you must not miss this winter 2023 anime season. But guys, as always, you take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Peace, peace.